Welcome in, renegades. Um, dude, okay, let's do this. Hey, so I hope you guys are having a good day. I just lost it all. All of my ICP is gone. Oh, I hate to make this video today. So I was stupid. I made a mistake, and I'm very careful in crypto. So I've held this ICP for almost 3.5 years now. Over 3 years I've had this ICP. We locked it up for 2 years, and then I did another one for a year, 8 years. Locked my crypto up for a long time. It just got unlocked in May and July. So essentially, what ended up happening is I started gambling a little bit. Not gonna lie, I decided, I was like, man, I haven't made a lot of money in ICP, so I leverage trade, and then I leverage trade some more, traded some more, bullish on ICP, so bullish on ICP. Gosh, I'm so bullish on ICP. I ended up getting wrecked a bunch of times. I made a bunch of money leverage trading, and then I ended up getting wrecked. This market, I don't even care. I didn't lose all my ICP, but I lost let's see, 50 ICP I lost. Everything that I leverage trade, I lost. And then I decided to do it again because we're at a lower price. Who knows? I might get wrecked again, but I don't care. I'm at the point right now. I need to make money in crypto. I'm not going to do anything stupid, but I'm going to take a little more risk. What I'm going to do, I'm pretty good at leverage trading. I get wrecked sometimes, but if I win once, like, yeah, I lost like $200 or whatever, 50 ICP, 5 to 250, whatever that is, lost that. But essentially, if I can get a good trade in for about $250, I can make somewhere like 2-3 grand just with like 10-15x leverage. And that's if it goes up. We might still go down, but I'm willing to risk it all right now. If I don't take a risk in my life, what am I doing sitting here for 3 years not making no money in crypto? Like, honestly, it isn't the internet computer's fault. It isn't, altcoins. We haven't had an altcoin season this bull market. All of the capital is going into ETFs, into Bitcoin. And I invested heavily in altcoins this time instead of Bitcoin like I did last bull market. A little bit of a mistake. My crypto was locked during the last pump. And I unlocked it at the wrong time. I made some very, very good calculations. This market has been different because of the ETFs, because of the global crises going on in the world. And so it's time to take a little bit of risk, guys. I'm not saying leverage trade. That's the highest risk you could take. And you'll lose everything and you might win. But if you do it a couple times, you win once, I'd get out. Honestly, they will chase down your price, and then sometimes the broader crypto market will turn. I have some interesting data today, though. I wanted to get you in. Yes, I lost everything. It's the bear market right now. I want to kind of get people in so that they can hear about some of the metrics of ICP. And yes, I lost money. It was fun. I had fun, dude. So if I'm not going to make money right now in crypto, I want to have a little bit of fun. And that's what I say to all of you guys. And you're still fake news. My guy is back. Good to see you, dude. And Gambler has a strong grip on this one. And hey, if I win, I'll share it with you guys. If I lose, I'll share it with you guys, because honestly, crypto's fun. This is why I got in it. There's not a lot of people who are where we're at, guys. All of you watching my channel, you get it. And right now is the time to buy crypto. If you're not leverage trading, which, you might be able to get in a good position, or we might dump further. Who knows? But essentially right now is the best time in the history of the bull market to be buying crypto. Any crypto, ICP, any crypto right now except Bitcoin and Ethereum, any altcoins that you're accumulating right now. I don't say, and it's not financial advice, don't go buy $10,000 worth right now and say Bitcoin Renegade told you. But it's time, guys. And then the next couple months, I still have faith. This is the last part of the bull market. If we get to December and we don't see a pump, my whole I'm going to reevaluate the entire crypto market. But as for now, we are still on track. This is the psychological BS that gets you. And then we end up wanting to have fun. We do Bob.fun. We do Odin.fun. We do things that are going to risk our money a little bit because we want to contribute to the eco, and going long on ICP does that. Buying Bob does that. So if we can't make money right now, let's take a little bit of risk if you want to. So that's what we're doing. ICP is going to rocket soon. And that's why I don't care about a little $250. I think with the leverage trading, there is money to be made. There's money to be made in ICP. And that's why getting in around $4, some of my friends actually got in at $9 and they're sitting at $4 right now. And I just tell them dollar cost average, that'll bring your average price down. So if you bought in at $9, like $200, put $500 in at $4. That drops your average price. And then when the price goes up, you're going to be in profit on all your ICP. So it's time to strategize. It's time to get ready to put yourself in position to make the next bull run your victory, guys. So I'm telling you, we're going to look at some interesting data and metrics. We're going to look at the price. We're going to look at historical support, which is what I've been doing leverage trading. Coming into these things, I'm watching liquidity bounce. It's a bear versus bull right now. We are hitting that 480 resistance that we broke down. We're holding pretty strong at that 460. So between 460 and 480 is our major area of support right now. That is the area I'm watching for a breakdown. If we do have a breakdown even further, that would be a place to put a leverage trade in, not financial advice. If you can get in somewhere around 440, 450 with like a 5 or a 10x leverage at the most, if you want to be risky, you could do 15. Then I think there is a possibility of money to be made there. Now, if you're buying ICP, I wouldn't be locking it up right now. I would have all my ICP for the bear market locked up for the bull market, some of it unlocking 8 years, blah, blah, blah. Then what we do is we have that liquid bag of ICP, which you can sell. And that's one thing that I failed to do because I thought the bull market was going to happen later, not in December of 2024, but I thought it was going to happen somewhere around the summer of this year. So I was a little bit wrong on the first leg of the bull market. I wanted to catch the second leg. And so I think we're still going to do that ready in September. In September, we're going to do that, hopefully. But by December, we're going to see that. Now, I have some interesting stuff that shows you about these liquidations, guys, because this is pretty interesting how it's so lopsided. We're going to look at some interesting data for the internet computer and its liquidations. So get ready for that. Let's remove that, put that there. All right, let's look at this interesting information that I found. So essentially, ICP liquidation statistics. So this is people going long and people going short on ICP. It's basically borrowing money to leverage trade ICP. So essentially right now they've had $445,000 in liquidation, $500,000 in the last 24 hours. Right now, there's only been $9,700 of liquidations in short positions, which means people are betting that it's going down and it's going down. Now, there's 435,000, which is about 43, 44x of the short liquidation position. And this tells me that people are shorting ICP really bad and that they could possibly get wrecked anytime from them just shorting ICP. Oh, it's going to go to 450, blah, blah. And I don't know that that's going to happen, but this is what the data tells me. It tells me that these short positions are getting ready to be wrecked because they are trying to push ICP down to the ground. And they have already liquidated most of the long positions. So let's look at longs to short ratio now that we see the liquidations. So 5 minute, we have a 75% long to a 24%. So they might still keep coming after those longs because there's not a lot of shorting going on in the market right now. The 1 day we're at 24%, the 4 hour we're at 24%, the 1 hour we're at 24.41, 30 minute 24.41, 5 minute 24.47 for shorting. So essentially it's a 3 to 9 over here, 3 to 10 ratio, basically 3 to 9, 3 to 10 ratio. So essentially we have Binance, we have the top exchanges. What is going on here, dude? Can we go up? Thank you. And if we look, I think it's over here that we get to see Binance. Where did I? Yeah, right here. So Binance has the most liquidations with 258,000. Gosh, getting liquid, just getting wrecked. And then 145,000 over here on Bybit. And then we have OKX with 38,000. We only have $50 in shorts liquidations on OKX. So yeah, people are getting wrecked right now. Essentially, things are looking good though. You know, for the long-term bullish momentum of ICP. And so this is why I'm thinking that the market is possibly going to make one more dump. I think they got most of the positions out of there. Let's see how much capital, if it tells me how much capital is in each position. That's what I want to know. Basis, open interest, funding rate. Maybe this is what we want right here. Nope. Those are like the APRs or whatever. Average funding. Okay. So less funding when it goes up, more funding when it goes down. Weird. Okay. All right. And then basis. Let's see what this is. Futures basis. Nothing. Okay. I want that information, please. Oh, here we go. Okay. So there's not a whole lot left. So they liquidated. Wait. Futures is not available. Perpetual. Here we go. 63.4 million, guys. So there's still a lot of money in here. Only 455,000. That's what I was trying to figure out. $63.4 million in futures trading right now. So there could still be a lot of liquidations happening. A lot of these people probably have their liquidation price down at like $3 from the bear market. Maybe I don't even know. I wish it would tell me how long that they've been in the position. Aggregate open interest of coin margin contracts, open interest of stablecoin margin contracts converted to USD. For the moment, only ICP USD, ICP USDT, and ICP BUSD contracts are included. See the indicator settings. Okay. So these are the open interest for the contracts, aggregated open interest. Pretty interesting. Okay. USD average. But this is the open interest. There's a lot of interest. Look at that. Look at those big shorts. So there's 63.9 million in here. This is interesting data for sure. Now, I want to talk to you about some interesting stuff from the internet computer. Now, why is ICP going to go up? Well, let's look at some more information for liquidations. I'm going to talk to you. Let me talk to you. Let me talk to you. I have some information that you might like. Okay, the 24-hour trading volume for ICP perpetual futures contract on a single major exchange can be in the tens of millions of dollars. For example, a search result from a major exchange showed a 24-hour volume for ICP USDT pair at around 11.6 million. So that 63 million is actually a pretty good indicator of that is possibly the amount of ICP that is being traded on the futures market right now. When combining data from multiple exchanges, the 24-hour futures volume for ICP is likely higher. A different source listed several exchanges trading the ICP USDT perpetual contract with volumes ranging from a few $100,000 to several $1 million each. For instance, some exchanges showed volume at over 6 million, 2 million, and 1.4 million in a 24-hour period. So that's pretty interesting. Open interest, which is the total number of outstanding futures contracts that have not been settled, is another important metric for futures markets. While specific real-time numbers for ICP's open interest are often behind paywalls, but I found them, or require access to specific data platforms, it can be found on sites like CoinMarketCap, TradingView, and often displayed as a chart or sum across exchanges. So ICP right now is absolutely tanking with all of crypto, but I want to let you know why ICP is different. So when it comes to crypto, the amount of tradable crypto is going to directly affect the overall movement of the market. This is what makes me so confident in ICP, even though it is underperforming the entire market by about 1.7% right now. And why I'm still bullish on ICP after all of this time and after all of this psychological torment is because of how much ICP is actually staked, how much you can earn from staking ICP, and also the way that you can integrate any system to ICP that is on the broader internet. So a large percentage of the total ICP supply is staked in neurons within the NNS. As of a past report, over 43% of the total supply was staked, and we see it go up to 50% sometime. And then they have the dissolve delay. And let me just tell you some good information about ICP. Well, when users use their stake their ICP, they set a dissolve delay, which determines how long their tokens are locked. A longer dissolve delay increases voting power and rewards. The maximum dissolve delay is 8 years. Now, why is that important? Well, the future of ICP lies in the future of technology. The future isn't upon us yet. Just like when the internet first came out, it wasn't directly upon us. It took several decades for it to actually become a world-recognized everyday use case for average everyday citizens. Well, the long-term commitment. A substantial amount of the staked ICP is locked for the maximum dissolve delay of 8 years. This indicates a strong long-term commitment from many token holders to the network's governance and future. So neurons actually, the holders receive their governance rewards as maturity, which can be converted into ICP tokens. This accumulated maturity can be seen as delayed inflation and adds to the potential circulating supply when it's spawned or converted or merged back into a neuron. Now, that seems like, oh, it can just, keep going up and up and up. There's an infinite supply. Well, no, that's not the case. So essentially, there is deflationary pressure on ICP, and this is something we're going to start seeing coming in, starting with Bob, starting with when these dApps really start to take hold, like Caffeine AI, they're going to burn these cycles, which is basically ICP converted into computation. So the burning of ICP tokens to create cycles for computation, the reverse gas model, creates a deflationary mechanism that can contribute to token value over time. Now, we're not talking about right this second, guys. In the short term, ICP is absolutely going down with the rest of crypto, but this is bullish for people like you and I. The people that understand crypto, we pad our positions. We understand that ICP has the potential to change the internet as we know it, to change blockchain as we know it. And the metrics that show you like half of the supply being staked, yes, there's new tokens being created, but there's also that deflationary mechanism with only 50% of the supply available to trade at any time. So when you take these factors into account, you take the cycles being burnt, you take not having, okay, so DeFi, let's just go into this a little bit. When DeFi really starts to take off on the internet computer, it's its whole sector by itself. So we have Ethereum, we have all these cryptos, but then we have the DeFi sector within these specific cryptos. And with ICP, the DeFi ecosystem in ICP is thriving. And what I mean by that is it's robust, it's scalable, and it has everything that it needs except the adoption yet, which is like saying the internet was robust before it was widely used. It was capable, it was functional, but not everybody used it because it was a new technology. And that's where I'm seeing the internet computer. I can't wait for the launch of Caffeine AI myself. And honestly, I think they should have already opened the alpha up. Giving these codes a little bit at a time, I get it. You're trying to build hype. But when the market goes down, we need something to grab onto that's going to give us that hope in ICP. And yeah, giving it to certain people is great. And I get that. And that's probably a good thing in a bull market. But when we're having these prices down, we need something to, that's why I'm leverage trading. That's why we're looking for something to do so that we don't stay bored and just concentrate on the psychological torment that's losing money, right? So we need these things, and Caffeine AI, I can't wait till it comes out. And it would be actually pretty smart to wait for the market to pump and then really give ICP a pump. So I get the tactic. I just think it would be really cool to have it now or get a code. But anyway, let's go into the charts. I've been talking a lot. So let's just go in and look at where we actually are sitting right now. I want to look at the volume for one, which is telling me there's still a massive sell-off happening in the broader crypto market. Let's see here. What is going on with CoinMarketCap? All right. I was going to say we can use CoinGecko. I mean, that's fine. Yeah, CoinMarketCap, man. So as you see, massive sell-off. Look at that volume. So why is that bad? Look at this, 70, 60, and then we get here in the sell-offs in the 50s, and then we're starting to see more sell-offs right here, 80 million, and then hopefully some accumulation going on here, but it looks like more selling off. More selling off, and 83% of us are still bullish despite that. Now let's look at the broader year market. So as you see, we've had this big downtrend. This looks like the last leg of the bear market. There might be one flash bang wick to just liquidate whatever they can. So 75%. We're looking at $45 million in longs and $15 million in shorts right now on ICP. And the shorts haven't got wrecked at all. So there's $15 million waiting to wreck them shorts out. People that are trying to short ICP at 467, they deserve to get stomped out. Just saying. You know, like 75% of us want it to go up. More people think it's going up than going down. So that's good. That's good news. Session disconnected. I don't know what happened here. But the short term, see, I'm looking at these lower time frames, the 5 minutes. It keeps, you know, kind of going up pretty quickly and then dumping down. This is more of a gradual climb, which I like a little bit better, to see the gradual climb, you know, kind of beating the liquidity down and then bringing it back up. That's what we like to see. That way we don't keep going up too high. We get these resets. We end up at the same price at a, you know, lower selling pressure. So this is bullish, but this could change in an instant in this bear, you know, sell-off. So I'm not really looking to a lot of short terms, except for buying opportunities down here. When we go to these 460, this is a buying opportunity. 460, even right here, these are buying op. If you can buy under this line at 475, this is all sell side liquidity. All sell side liquidity. So as long as you're buying under 475, like, you're going to make a profit in ICP. I'm not a financial advisor, but guys, if you're buying it, you're going to make a profit, dude. Don't be dumb. Like, you guys aren't dumb. Like, I mean, you know what you're doing. This is the time to buy ICP. When we go under $5, you better be buying ICP. This is where the big money got into ICP too later on. And in the bear market, like, this is where the big money's at. So if you're buying ICP, you need to be buying it right around this price. This is where we want to purchase ICP. And it just shows that these low levels, we have this massive downtrend, right? Essentially. So we could see it go back down to 460 again, hit this line, 450. You know, but we're kind of bouncing between this area right here. 480 is the support, but really it's 475. 475 is the area of breakdown. This is the area that I'm watching. This is the area that shows us break up, break down, tested, rejected. This is the area I'm watching. Above this, look, we're doing great. We're doing below this, we're not doing so great. So this is that area of key support that I'm watching. And essentially it's looking, pretty sexy over here for wanting to recover, except for everything in the market. Let's look at the CFGI. This is absolute fear. It's going to be like 2. Oh, wait, what? We're neutral? How? Okay, I mean, that's kind of bullish that we're not bearish right now. This module studies the price trend, blah, blah, blah. Oh, yeah, volatility fear, volume fear, impulse neutral, technical fear, social extreme greed, dominance greed, which is good. Search greed, whales fear. Oh, come on, whales. Yeah, institutional, man. You institutional fools need to get out of ICP altogether. If you're just going to dump on us at $4 and something, get out. Go away. We don't need you here. You can take your institutional money and go elsewhere, or you can just buy ICP, support it. No, but I mean, you're going to have whales anyway. I'm a little upset at the whales for wanting to sell, but I mean, the overall market, they're not trying to lose money either, so I get it. But man, we need some bulls that aren't afraid to lose a couple $1 million in the short term to gain money in the long term. So that's all I'm asking, is for some whales to believe in ICP the way that I do. Like, that's all I need, is you guys just to believe, for the fraction of the amount that I believe in ICP, that it's going to, change the world, change my life, and give us, that financial freedom that we want. And we need people to have our back on that, the rich people. So let's go, whales. Let's go, whales. Let's be bullish. Let's pump this thing and then make people regret not getting into ICP. That's where we're going to be at soon. The whales are going to just say, fine, we're done dumping. We're sick of dumping. We need to make some money now. We're tired of making $1 million on shorts. Let's make 10 millions on the longs. So I'm just saying, okay, the hour. Constant downtrend. Now, what I do see is sell side liquidity here. I do see an upward trend right here. So we have all that sell side liquidity below that. So this is a nice little hopium, little piece of hopium is all we got. That's all we got in the charts. Because looking bearish, to be honest with you. I'm hoping for a bounce, a dead cat bounce, a recovery, some kind of potential move in the market to the upside. Bitcoin hasn't consolidated enough. It keeps hammering us into the ground. So yes, we have this upward trending momentum that could lead us to this set 475 breakout. We need to confirm above this on the larger time frames. Let's just see. Yeah, so we didn't confirm above that except for the one that broke us down and then an immediate breakdown right here. So we didn't end up in a position to do anything. This 4 hour is looking absolutely disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. But with this big move to the downside and us really holding the line right here, this is bullish in the short term. Like, even though things look like they're testing lower, we're having kind of a bounce where bulls are pushing us up here. Nice push. Thank you, bulls, for that one. Appreciate you. And then we get the bears to take control after that. So what we need is the bulls to come in, push us up aboard 475, not all the way up to 490, dude. We don't need to do that, because then what you're doing is giving control to the bears. So essentially what needs to happen is they need to push it up over 475, come down, confirm on this line back at 473, and then keep moving to the upside. If we just spike up like that, the bears are going to regain position and then knock us down to the ground. So what we need to be strategic as the bulls in this market, especially at these key levels of support and resistance. We need to be strategic instead of, okay, we're going to, and they did, they made a valiant effort to get in. I'm not mad at them for that. You can't be mad at the bulls for pushing, trying to reclaim that 480 above the 475, whatever that area, that $5 area. Beautiful. Love to see it, but let's be a little more strategic. Let's try to confirm support levels. And then, because the market's kind of just doing us dirty right now, And so we just need to confirm each support level and then slowly rise back up until the big overall broader market starts to recover. And then we can start pushing up and gain control over the bears. But for right now, we have to actually be tactical against these bearish whales. And the bullish whales are there too. You can see them fighting, and I like it. I like seeing the bulls fighting for their spot, for the position. So things are looking, pretty good in that aspect, other than the broader crypto market. Now, again, the daily. This is what I wanted to talk about. Let's just get rid of these lines. So now we got to go back and look. So say we do break down. Worst case scenario. And I think there's going to be a recovery because this is an area. Look at that. Going all the way back as massive support at 450. This is massive. So this is another thing that gives me a lot of hope in a recovery right here. I don't have any data to prove that we're going to recover right now. Like, the market is sucking and there's nothing telling me that we're going to recover except hopium. And then maybe some certain key levels. And then the bulls doing their thing, trying to actually really push it back up. Those are my hopiums today. I don't have any technical analysis that's going to say, hey guys, we're due for a dead cat bounce. But 455. These areas even down here, 444. This other area, 446. So these are the areas that I'm really going to be hoping we watch for support, and then a move down to 430 and another one to 417 on a big dump. But I think Bitcoin had really, really tagged us on that one. So I'm really thinking we're hitting a nice bottom here at this 459. This is a level that we closed and then held support here for quite a few days. Quite a few days. So with all of those things said, I'm looking for a nice level of support here and then a possible recovery. The broader crypto market. So hopefully that happens. Look at the week. Now the volume is looking pretty bad on the week. And again, the weekly chart isn't looking the best. But it looks like, that level of about 455 is our strong area of support on this weekly chart. And then, like I said, back down to that 446, the 430, the 417. And this is a big area even going back over here. If we look, the 462 area was the big area here all the way down to like this 430, 435 area with the tops up here at 457. So, this is looking like we're getting ready for the rest of the market. That's all I can say. The rest of the market needs to kind of recover. I'm sorry we haven't seen an alt season that has really made us a lot of money yet, but this is what separates the people that are going to make money in crypto from the people that aren't. And I want all of us to, but it's very hard. It's very psychological. It has pushed me to my limits. I've lost a lot of money. I've gained a lot of money. And it's been fun. So essentially, guys, buckle up. Buy crypto if you haven't. Oh, man, every time I leave the chat, you guys go wild. This is man, I love it. Thank you, guys. If you haven't subscribed, guys, we're losing subscribers lately. I think it's because of the market. So if you can help me combat that, if you think I provided anything of value today, please do that. $250. $250, oh well. I lost all of my leverage trading, all of it. Is ETH gonna pump next before alts? So this is a very interesting question that you ask, Anthony. I don't know. I am a patterns guy. And when the patterns break, when Ethereum pumped to a new all-time high, but we didn't see altcoins go, that means that there is a change in the pattern in the market. So yes, Ethereum will lead altcoins, but when it comes to the rest of the broader crypto market, like you saw Solana pump a little bit, did it go to new all-time highs? No. So with that ETF money in Ethereum and Bitcoin, we're going to see those two pump more. and harder without bringing the rest of the market, because like I explained in my other video, the markets are kind of separate with the way they move. On a secondary exchange, Bitcoin grabs the price of all the cryptos and either brings it up or dumps it down. Same with Ethereum. But when you have these traditional financial markets, they are traded in a different place than a secondary exchange. So instead of it actually lifting the price up as much, it still is going to have effect because of Bitcoin and Ethereum, but it's not going to essentially do what happened before with altcoins, especially when they're doing so well. None of the money wants to travel out of Bitcoin as well, because we have that capital inflow and outflow. And so essentially what happens, I say essentially a lot. What happens is the capital is flowing out of Bitcoin and then into Ethereum and then kind of going back and forth. So what we're seeing is the altcoins not grabbing that traction. So, and what it does is these smart people with the big money, they don't want to give up that money. So they want to prepare, make all the money they can in Bitcoin and Ethereum, dump the altcoins, short the altcoins, and then buy back in, and then they'll push the altcoins up. That's what's going to happen. I'm telling you, that's what's going to happen. But as it following Ethereum, not as much as it used to because of the ETFs. And yes, of course, this is what has to happen. Bitcoin has to pump like it did, has to consolidate, and then it has to have that area of just kind of stagnation, of more than consolidation. It's more of a, transition period where money is flowing out of Bitcoin because there's no money to be made into altcoins. So money's going to flow into Ethereum, but since it already reached an all-time high, Ethereum isn't going to be able to pump much more than like $6,000-$8,000. So we might see it go that. But then what's going to happen is the money's going to stop flowing from Ethereum. You can only 2x your money in Ethereum. So the money's going to leave Ethereum and Bitcoin, come into the altcoins for the last part of the bull market, and then we're going to blast off. That, in my opinion, is what's going to happen. So yes, it's worth it locking up ICP. If I didn't lock up ICP, I would have lost a lot of money. So I ended up making about 300 ICP over all of my neurons over the last 3 years. I gained about 300 ICP. That's about 100 ICP per year that I was able to gain, which is worth about $1,500 right now. And that was only locking those for 30 for 8 years. I had like 1,000 for 2 years, and then I had some more, and I gained a lot. So yes, it's where I made a lot of money on that. So you have it all locked for 8 years. Okay. My email is renegade0264@gmail.com. So please, caffeine, send me my code. Caffeine gonna accept credit cards. Okay. Dom recently, did I miss the Dom post? Recent X post aiming to 25x all devs in blockchain by end of year. Okay. Massive potential. 90%. I love it. He says 90% is staked. We do have high conviction, but that's because I've seen the people working so hard. I've met the people behind it, geniuses. Some of the smartest people I've ever talked to in my life, and they have good hearts. Good technology, good people, good hearts. We're winning. It's a no-brainer. It doesn't matter if the price doesn't go up. I still make dividend every day. And that's what I was saying about the $1,500. And that's right now at $20, $300, boom, $6,000. It's always about the cash flow. It is. Oh, do it. Do it. Need them to lift weights, caffeine, so we can interact with wallets, have in-app wallets, and live feed data to caffeine not yet available. Okay. He says, I've been in for 4 years. My lockup is $14 average. My liquid average is $487. Okay. If I had more money, I wouldn't blow so much, right? Yeah, and it's hard, like trying to be a normal person in crypto, not a rich person. So you guys are just like me. We're putting money into crypto. We're living our lives. We're paying our bills. Anything extra, we're trying to put in crypto to create a future. People ask me why I work so hard. So we could have possibly went home after 4 hours of work today. We're getting paid double time for Labor Day. Double time. So I'm making $36 an hour. And they're like, you could go home in 4 hours if you want. I was like, why would I go home in 4 hours if I'm working 8 hours and getting paid for 16? So to me, my future, I'm willing to work at. I'm willing to put in the time and the energy and the effort and maybe even a little bit of pain to get what I want, right? 310. Dang. I know you were here in the bear market. I remember you always telling me I'm buying more ICP today. I remember those big buy orders. Dude, Foxfire, you're awesome, dude. It shouldn't be priced this low, but we're in a bear market, in the bull market. Every day, Damien, all my people are here. What's a good number for an ICP bag? So that's a loaded question. That depends on your circumstance. I think anybody should have 1,000 ICP. Just because if you think of it, if you have under 1,000 ICP, if ICP is at $5, that's only $5,000 worth of crypto. 1,000 ICP right now is $4,670, whatever the price is. So essentially, if it goes to $50, you have $50,000. If you only had 200, you're looking at about $1,000 ish. I'm not doing the exact math, 800, whatever. Yeah, 10x, you're gonna only have $1,600, $2,000, or wait, sorry, $8,000. What am I talking about? 2x. Anyway, you'll have $16,000 if you put in 400. You'll have $8,000 if you put in 200. So essentially, I would say about $50,000 should be where you're aiming to get in the crypto market. So I would say anywhere around 1,000. Now, if you are an average person, just buy 20 ICP every 2 weeks. Do something that works for you for sure. So I do appreciate you guys, man. I almost didn't make a video today. I don't want to do that. I want to just keep making a video Monday and Friday. I could have what was I going to do? Oh, I could have stayed extra 3 hours at work, got more overtime, got more double pay, but I wanted to come do a video because this is my passion too. Like, I want to make money, but I also love you guys and love the support that you've shown me over the years. So when it comes to money or people, I'm a people guy every time. So I do appreciate your support. Smash a like, and we're going to start making money soon, hopefully, guys. So, all right, guys, that being said, goodbye and good ICP. Bam!